Hey guys, I'm back. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's been a little while since I filmed a video. There's a lot of reasons for that. Like many of you guys, I haven't had a haircut in months and I could really use a trip to the gym, so I haven't felt very camera ready, but I've been noticing new subscribers signing on every single day, and I appreciate that so much. So I wanted to jump on here and do something for you guys. I have some better videos planned for the future, but I do have some cool stuff in flower right now that I thought I'd just jump on here and talk about real quick. So thank you guys so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get started.
Actually, if you guys don't mind, I wanted to make a quick pit stop in my reptile room. I have some orchids in here to show you guys, but I also have done a lot of work with the actual reptile enclosures, and I'm happy with the way they look, so I just wanted to show them off to you guys real quick as well. So let's check it out. First thing I wanted to show off real quick, this is my veiled chameleon's enclosure. His name is Prometheus, and he's kind of grumpy, so he might hiss at us if we get too close. He doesn't like the camera for some reason, hates the camera. He's really friendly in general, but certain things just kind of bother him. But there he is. He looks a little crummy right now because he's in the middle of shedding. He also has metabolic bone disease, which is something that's common with reptiles. He was a bit of a rescue and he didn't get the best nutrition and lighting when he was growing up, so it just means that his bones are kind of brittle and a bit deformed, unfortunately. But he gets great care now, so he's happy. But my roommate and best friend, his name is Joe, he did a really great job remodeling his cage. It was looking really crummy before, and now it looks awesome. So I thought I would show it off a little bit. It looks pretty beautiful. This is a Schefflera, I guess is what you'd call it. It's an umbrella plant. They're pretty hardy and they look really cool. So that's his cage and it looks awesome. So I just wanted to show that to you guys. We've got a random assortment of stuff over here. This is a pineapple plant that I started just from the top of a pineapple I bought at a grocery store. I've had it for kind of a long time now, probably like 2 years, I think. And I'm hoping to either get, a pup off of it or maybe even a pineapple, who knows, but I don't keep it bright enough or warm enough. I live in New England and it's, in the summertime, it's not bad for these guys, but they aren't the easiest things to grow. They like it pretty warm and bright and all that, but fun little experiment, and I'll keep it going for as long as I can. This is just a big, huge no ID fowl that I got from a grocery store, but it's literally enormous. Like, it's probably the biggest fowl I've ever seen, like, in person. And over here are my catasetums. In previous years, I was growing them under my lights, which is ideal for these guys. They like it real bright, but they just take up so much space and they end up kind of shading the other plants on my grow shelves, and it just kind of sucks. So I thought I'd stick them in the windowsill. They're doing good enough. I can definitely see that they're not growing quite as big and quite as fast as they would have under my lights, but they're doing okay. This window gets pretty decent exposure, so hopefully it does okay. Let's go check out the rest of my orchids. That's about all there is to see in here right now. Up next here is my SLC Little Hazel Red Jewel, which is this amazing mini red Kalia that I got from Norman's. It's this really awesome red mini Kalia. It's such a nice true red and a true mini. It's just like the quintessential red mini Kalia. So if you're looking for something nice and red, nice and small, this is a great one. These flowers are well past their prime. I really should have filmed this video sooner. Maybe I'll insert a couple pictures that I took when the flowers were fresh and in their best condition. If you are kind of new to Cattleyas, I think this would be a really good one to start out with. It doesn't take up a ton of space, it's easy enough to flower. Definitely give this one a shot if you are looking to try out a nice little cat. Up next here is my Miltonius Pink Lemonade, which is a very famous hybrid, and it's easy to see why. These flowers are just stunning. This must be one of the most beautiful orchid flowers there is. Look at that, the lip is incredible. It's very, very fragrant. It smells similar to other Miltoniopsis, Miltoniopsis have kind of like a rosy smell, but this is definitely stronger, and it also has like citrusy note to it that makes it sort of different from the standard Miltoniopsis fragrance. I got it in bloom last spring, so this is my first time reflowering it. As soon as those first flowers fell for me, I repotted it. I put it in a pretty coarse mix, if you can see. It's leca, bark, perlite, charcoal, moss. It's just everything mixed in together. And it's actually pretty quick drying. A lot of people would say not to use a mix like this for Miltoniopsis because of how fast draining it is, which is true, but they actually like a pretty airy mix as long as you can maintain the moisture. So my new growths came out a little bit weak because I put it in this chunky mix and then didn't follow through with increasing the watering. I had like 3 new growths, but only I think 1 of them flowered. They can tolerate a mix like this pretty well as long as you can keep it wet enough. For a while, I wasn't keeping a saucer under it. If you use a nice chunky bark and just keep a saucer with a little bit of water in it, it'll totally be fine. I think next year it'll do better for me. It's definitely acclimating to this mix now. Miltoniopsis can be prone to that like orange rot sometimes, so it's actually good to try to use a airy mix if you can. I don't like using straight moss for anything, even Masdevallias and Miltoniopsis. I just don't like it. If you've had trouble growing Miltoniopsis in the past, get one of these. I don't know if it's something to do with the breeding. It's just so hybridized that it kind of has a bit more resilience to it. So give this one a try. It is gorgeous. Up next here is my Miltoniopsis Burkfield Eileen, which is another pretty well-known hybrid. It's prized for its really nice big flowers. The flowers can be even bigger than this on a really well-grown plant. And that true red color is really nice. Some Miltoniopsis are marketed as reds, but they have more of like a purple. But this one's kind of the closest thing you'll get to an actual red. It's got a really nice color. It's fragrant like other Miltoniopsis. Hard to describe. Might be a little bit like sweeter. I've heard people describe it as smelling like rhubarb pie, which I don't know what that smells like. So yeah, this is another good one. I would say the Miltoniopsis Pink Lemonade is maybe a bit easier growing than this, but I could be wrong. It could just be, you know, my conditions or whatever. But give this one a shot if you really like reds. And I was thinking about maybe doing a video all about Miltoniopsis in the future. I'm not an expert by any means, but you know, I have learned quite a bit about them. So let me know if you would be interested in that. I won't spend too much time on this because I've talked about it before, but this is my Palsu Chiang Balm, which is a really nice phal. It's pretty well known for its fragrance. It's actually quite fragrant, and to me it smells an awful lot like Sideria japonica with that really citrusy smell, and I really love it. It's nice to have because my Sideria japonica doesn't like to bloom for me, so it's nice that I get to have something that smells pretty similarly. I really enjoy it. And I got this for like 10 bucks at a grocery store. If you keep your eyes open, you might find something like this. All right, guys, last but not least, I wanted to end on a high note. This is my favorite flower in my whole collection right now. And it's probably one of my top 5 favorite orchids, period. This is Masdevallia veitchiana, which is this huge flowered Masdevallia. The flowers can be even bigger, and they are this amazing color. This flower has aged quite a bit. Again, I should have filmed this sooner. I'll try to insert a couple photos of the flowers when it was freshly opened, but it's really gorgeous nonetheless. When the flowers have aged a bit and the humidity isn't high enough, the flowers start to curl backwards a bit. Not sure if you can really tell, but they don't remain nice and flat and open very long, but it's still really gorgeous. Some of the color has sort of drained out of it as well. One of my favorite things about this, not only is the orange color gorgeous, but it's actually covered in these tiny purple hairs, this little fuzz on it. You might be able to see it here a bit. It doesn't like to show up well on camera, but it gives it this really awesome kind of like two-tone, like color shifting appearance to it. Purple and orange are two like very different colors that you usually don't see next to each other on the same flower. So it's really awesome for that reason. I sort of collect veitchianas now. I have several kind of different like different clones and hybrids or whatever. I'm just obsessed with them. I always get them every time I see them available somewhere. I get a new one. I probably have 6 or 7 different Masdevallia Veitchianas now. I just love them so much. I have a video about Masdevallia care, but I did it a while ago, and I probably have some like updated thoughts to add. So I'd like to maybe do another video about Masdevallias, but Masdevallia Veitchiana is just stunning. Okay guys, I think that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I haven't been uploading as often lately. Things are starting to sort of go back to normal. I'm feeling pretty good, starting to get back into the swing of things, so I'm excited to be back on YouTube. Leave me a comment, let me know how you guys have been doing during this whole quarantine thing. Let me know what's going on with your plants. I miss you guys. Leave me a comment and we'll chat. And I'll be back soon with a new video. I have some cool stuff planned for the future, so I will talk to you soon.